Hello, my name is Aris Jimenez, and I currently work for Sony Ericsson, located in Atlanta, Georgia. The Strength Finder test revealed that my greatest strengths were harmony, relator, analytical, consistency, and empathy. Of these strengths, I think that the most important ones that will help me as a leader would have to be a combination of analytical and consistency. I say this because analytical basically is a strength that is always looking for reasons and causes to solve problems, and consistency is a strength that allows me to basically treat all people individually and treat them the same, no matter title or or ranking. I think this is good. That this combination is something that is gonna really combine and help me in the future to reach my potentials. How I plan on building on these strengths basically is taking into account what the results of the test were. I plan on using these strengths to help me in my future career, especially let's say one of my strengths was the one that was harmony, and it says that I like to work in teams along with the relator, and I basically really didn't know that I like to work in teams, and I excelled in teams as much as I did. I always knew that I liked it, but I didn't think that it was one of my strengths, considering that I usually am more keen to working independently instead of working in groups. But this is something that I plan to keep in mind for the future, so that I can always excel. What I found, the concepts that I found on this about this course that to be the most beneficial would have to be the discussions about motivation, how to motivate people, what drives people's motivation. I think that this is one of the key things that really helps people, employees in the workforce, because sometimes things happen in the workforce and you deal with so many different types of personalities that you just ask yourself, what is wrong with this person? And I guess when you understand motivation to the point that you do in such theory, you can better understand and better deal with conflict individuals and people who may be inside themselves have a problem with the motivation or the organization as a whole. What method of motivation I think that is the most effective would have to be simply the equity theory of motivation. I say this because basically the equity theory of motivation is easy, it's basic, it's really easy to understand, and it basically states that for every behavior that a person basically doesn't agree with, it's going to cause an action, and that's going to cause somebody to react in a certain way. And I think for me personally, it helps me understand how come some inequalities or some of the actions that people take at work, or even in my own personal life, related to situations. The concept of a team leadership that I find the highest is basically would have to be, again, motivation, communication, and team building. Basically, all of these characteristics help with leadership in a team. I also think that um, throughout this course, we've dealt with so many different situations and personality traits, and really understanding in depth how people feel and how people react. This also helps for team leadership. It also helps me understand that there are people who just basically don't work well in teams, and it's not their strength. So when you're put in a team situation, you have to always keep in mind that you're always going to encounter different types of personalities, and what you have to do is basically work together to try to bring out everybody's strengths. How would I overcome resistance in the workforce? To change. Basically, I think that the resistance can be overcome by having a very good communication, organization. You have to have a really good integration. You have to make your employees feel like they have a voice, feel that they are part of the movement, part of the change, and make them understand that, it's not a threat against them personally. It's not something that it's like they're gonna lose their sense of job or their sense of accomplishment in the workforce, but it's more like a company-wide decision, something that's been the benefit of a company as a whole. There's a lot of older employees or just people who don't like change, and change is something that's happening in our workforce constantly. Even just change in software can cause such a big disturbance among employees. It has to be dealt with in such a sensitive matter in order for your employees to consider it as something that's a benefit instead of a threat. All in all, I think this course has been very useful. I especially liked the lectures that the teacher did during the weeks. I think those were excellent, and it was really, really great to interact with the teacher in that way, and he was super helpful and answered all of our questions, and I definitely will take the time to consider all of the benefits that I got from this class and use it in my personal life. Thank you.